everybody. Are you up to date with the new tax laws and how it affects you and insurance? Today we're going to be sitting down with Cathi, Korelin, the tax guru-ette. She's going to tell us the changes in insurance and taxes, how it affects you and your family, go over your different options, and how affordable it is today. Next on the Small Business Voice. Hello everybody, thank you for watching the Small Business Voice. The Small Business Voice is a platform for small business owners to have their voice heard. And what would those small business owners ask you to do? They would ask you to be loyal and please buy local. Today we're sitting down with Cathi Korelin, the tax guru-ette. Cathi, how are you doing today?
Great, thank you.
So Cathi, have you always been involved in taxes and insurance?
No, I haven't actually. I used to be in the travel industry. I worked for a luxury wholesaler.
Oh, okay. So what did you do with the wholesale company?
Well, it was a great job because I used to book vacations for people, and then I would actually get to travel myself. So I got to travel to London, Paris, Greece, Monaco. It was a blast.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So you got to go to different places all the time?
Yeah. I even got to be my birthday in Monaco.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Wow. How long did you do that for?
I did that for 10.5 years.
10.5 years. So you left the boring world of travel to go into the fun and exciting world of taxes and insurance.
Exactly.
So why would you leave vacationing, which sounds like a blast? Why would you leave vacationing to go into taxes and insurance?
So working for the travel company was fun, and it was a blast. I got to travel a lot. But growing up, I always wanted to be a tax attorney. Why? I don't know. Taxes are fascinating. It's like little puzzles we put together.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to be a tax attorney. And so I took the opportunity to go ahead and start the career change and take the classes to learn how to do taxes.
Okay. So you've been doing that for how long now?
12 years.
12 years. So how do the taxes coincide with health insurance?
So nowadays, with Obamacare, the law said you had to have health insurance or you paid a penalty on your taxes.
Okay.
So I don't like seeing my clients having to pay penalties. So if I was able to help them get compliant with their health insurance, then they won't have to pay the extra monies anymore. So I help them actually get on to Covered California, get their health insurance, so we can fix their problems.
Okay, so you have two different options. You have Covered California, and then you also have, what was the other one you have?
So I'm actually working with a company that's a Christian health sharing program.
Okay.
The Christian health sharing programs are an exception to the penalty. So if you have a penalty, you can actually belong to one of these groups and you don't have to pay the penalty for insurance.
So the Christian health share penalty, or not the penalty, but the Christian health share is a form of insurance. I don't really know how that works. I've heard commercials about it before.
It's not insurance.
It's not insurance.
It's not insurance.
So how does that work?
It's set up similar to insurance.
Okay.
But it's actually a membership program.
It's a membership program, okay.
And many of the programs, you send them their bill, and then they tell members where to send their membership fee every month. So if you send a bill for $1,000, they tell several members to send all their membership fees to you to pay your bills.
Okay.
The one that I'm involved in actually is set up more similar to insurance. So you don't have to have all the members send you their bills. The doctors will bill the membership itself.
Okay. That does sound a lot easier to do it that way than the other way.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So now with insurance, especially with the Christian healthcare, they won't cover everything. They won't cover abortions. They won't cover anything sexually oriented. But that's typical with any insurance for the most part, correct?
Insurance before Obamacare or before the Affordable Care Act didn't cover a lot of those things. So this works more like the old traditional. It will not cover abortions. It will not cover birth control. It doesn't cover pre-existing conditions depending on the program and how much coverage.
Okay.
So if you've been really sick and you have pre-existing conditions, you're probably better off staying on Covered California.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about Covered California. How does that one work?
So Covered California is our health insurance exchange. And you put in there how much money you make, how many adults, how many children are in your family, and then it tells you how much your insurance is going to cost.
Okay.
So the lower your income, the better insurance program you can get.
Okay.
The higher your income, the less you're going to get in the way of a tax credit. And if your income is lower, you get a big tax credit that pays for most of your insurance. But as your income gets higher and higher, you pay more and the tax credit pays less.
Okay. So during the Obama administration, Americans were told that we had to have insurance. We had either that or we had a penalty. So how are the new tax laws, or how's the new insurance going to affect these? How am I going to word that now? So how is this going to affect us in January coming forward?
So with the new tax laws that were put out this year, the law still says you must have health insurance. What they have done is made the penalty 0.
Okay.
So they will no longer enforce a penalty for not having insurance. So what's going to happen is a lot of people are probably going to be dropping their Covered California coverage because they only had it because the law said they had to.
Okay. Now, but you're saying don't do that. That's a bad move, correct?
You really should have some type of health coverage, whether it's insurance or one of the ministry programs. You really need to have some type of coverage. Medical expenses are the number one bankruptcy issues, the number one reason people will file bankruptcy. So if you are sick or if you have pre-existing conditions, you definitely want to have something that's not going to bankrupt you.
Yeah. Well, and I had something similar happen to me in the past too. That it wasn't me, but it was my son, and I had insurance. So why don't we go ahead and take a break right now? We can kind of dive more into that in a few minutes.
Okay.
All right. We'll be right back from a word from our sponsors.
At Tiny Tanks Jumpers, we strive to provide you with quality customer service. Serving Modesto, Ripon, Ceres, Turlock, Manteca, Lathrop, Weston Ranch, Stockton, Lodi, and Tracy. For more information, please call Nicole at 209-858-8866 or look us up on Yelp.
So welcome back, everybody. We're sitting down with the tax guruette, Cathi Korelin. Again, Cathi, thanks for coming on the show today. So we kind of touched on insurance a little bit, the importance of it. Just kind of give you something that happened to me. My son got really sick about 10 years ago, and I had insurance. And it only covered so much. And let's just say the helicopter ride from Turlock to Madera wiped out my whole insurance for the year. I didn't have supplemental insurance. I didn't have anything else to cover that. So can you kind of give people, the people that already have insurance, I know things have changed since 10 years ago, but can you kind of give, go over the options people have, what people need to look out for?
Absolutely. So depending on what type of insurance you have doctors that are in your network and doctors that are outside your network. And if you use doctors that are outside your network, then you're going to pay almost 100% of those bills. Or unusual things like the helicopter, those are usually not always covered in your health insurance. Mm-hmm. So there are actually programs that will pay for those differences. There are programs that will actually cover helicopter use. There are programs that will pay for, give you cash if you go into the hospital, give you cash if you just go to the emergency room. There are programs that will give you $25,000 if you have a heart attack or stroke, which is great because if you have a heart attack or a stroke, you might be out of work for 6 months.
Yeah.
And that $25,000, that goes a long way to paying your mortgage while you're out.
Yeah. Well, it does. The fact of the matter is that we're not getting any younger in today's world. So it's, You know, I mean, it's bottom line is you have to take care of your body, you have to take care of your health, but there's still things that could happen that you can't plan for. Like you never know, you could be in a car accident, you can get hit by a blimp. I mean, there's things that go on and on. The blimp one's probably not going to happen, but you know what I mean. Just you can be surprised with something. So what about insurance brings you here today? What do you want to get to people? Let people know about insurance. What brings you here today?
So when you look at your options for coverage, you have the Covered California here in California, and we have these ministry programs. If you actually look at a chart, it tells you where your income is on the chart versus how many people, how much, and what kind of programs you're going to actually be able to qualify for. As you get into the higher parts of these charts, the amount you pay for your insurance, it gets higher and higher and higher. So if you're not real sick, if you don't have any pre-existing conditions, I can actually move you into one of these ministry programs that will have guaranteed issues. So they're going to cover you no matter what, and they're not going to cost you as much out of pocket. I can probably get you anywhere from a third to a half of what Covered California actually costs.
Okay.
So that makes a big difference. So if I can get you, a $20 consult fee with the doctor, and it doesn't even have a network like Blue Cross and those do. They take almost every doctor that's in what they call the PCHS network, which is countrywide, worldwide. You can go anywhere. If you're with Kaiser, you have to go to a doctor in Kaiser. Okay. If you have the ministry program, you can go to any doctor in the program in any state. So if you travel, it's a really great program too.
Okay. So I wanted to retouch on the Obamacare. So the Obamacare and the Covered California are pretty similar, correct?
They're the same thing.
They're the same thing. Okay. So with Obamacare, it forced people to have insurance. So it kind of benefited people with lower income, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. So and then the more money you made, the higher your premium was, and then it got to a point where people said, I'll just pay the penalty because it's cheaper than having insurance.
Exactly.
Okay, but the bottom line is we still do need insurance. Can you kind of go more into that?
So we talked earlier about your son, your emergency evacuation. You could be anywhere. You could be in a car accident. You don't plan for those things. I actually have a client whose son hit a semi and passed away.
Oh, okay.
But these are things that we don't plan for.
Yeah.
And if we knew how sick we were going to be, we could plan for it. But it just doesn't. So if Covered California gets too expensive, we had one client, his monthly premium was $2,300 on Covered California.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because he made a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that is a lot to pay for health insurance, especially if you're healthy.
Yeah.
We actually cut his cost down to $800 a month.
Which is a lot better than $2,300, But I think that's the problem is, we were told that we had to have insurance. But it's not like car insurance. Car insurance, they're pretty affordable. There's a lot of carriers out there. And you can have accidents, and it's not going to affect you. But with insurance, it never really worked that way. It's, the more money you made, the higher your premium was going to be. And I'm taking it that if you're married, correct?
Yes.
So if you're married, that's two incomes. So, a couple might be making $150,000, $200,000 a year, and their premiums would be very, very high.
Yeah, those premiums can skyrocket to $2,000 or $3,000 plus per month. And if you actually look at the charts for Covered California, if you're a single person making under around $16,500,
okay,
you're actually thrown automatically into Medi-Cal. You don't have a choice. Now, if your income's under $16,500, you may not be able to afford the health sharing program, so it may not be practical for you.
Okay.
If you're a two-household earner with 2 kids and you make up to like $64,000 a year, you and your spouse can get on Covered California and get some great insurance, but the kids are automatically going to be on Medi-Cal.
Okay.
And you don't have a choice on that. This is where somebody might want to think about being on the health ministry instead if they don't want their kids on Medi-Cal.
Okay. So to recap, can you kind of go over the different options we have? Again, we have what you have. So you do the health share ministry, or you do cover California.
Those are the big parts.
Those are the big parts. Now you do have other ones?
Well, I have other insurance that will supplement those programs.
Okay.
So you have Covered California, you have the Christian Sharing Ministries, and then you have the supplemental insurance. Even if you're on Covered California, you can still get the supplemental insurance. And the supplemental is it'll pay if you have a heart attack or stroke. It'll pay if you go to the emergency room. Your insurance might cover $300 or $400 that you have to pay out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And the supplemental will actually give you $500 for going to the emergency room. So it helps to cover those expenses. And then there's also all the other add-ons like dental and life. And
Okay.
vision insurance.
Yeah, well, we can do a whole thing on dental insurance.
You sure can.
Yeah, because dental insurance seems like, I go to my dentist and it covers 2 cleanings, but you have to make sure you space them out properly or it won't be covered.
And what's really nice is that I actually have a dental program with no waiting periods. This is the only program that exists that has no waiting periods for major services.
Oh, now what would that cover?
It covers basically 100% of, it doesn't cover 100%, it covers everything without having to wait that 12 months for the major services.
All right.
It costs a little bit more than other dental insurance, but you don't have to wait.
Okay, so that's not really supplemental then. If you already have dental insurance, you're probably just better off staying with what you have.
Yes.
Okay, but if you don't have dental insurance, it's a good thing to have, and I know my insurance covers 2 cleanings a year, everything else is out of pocket. The insurance has changed a lot since I was younger, so. All right, why don't we go ahead and take a break right now? And we'll be back right after these words from our sponsors.
When it comes to getting your car detailed, it's hard to choose the right place. At Davis Family Shines, we sweat the small stuff, so you don't have to. At DFS, we're fully licensed and insured, guaranteeing your car is in good hands. With over 15 years of professional detailing, you can trust we're experienced and know how to take care of whatever life throws your way. Specializing in automotive restoration, we're offering interior-only details as low as $99 and complete details as low as $199. That's a huge savings. With a variety of packages including headlight restoration and windshield repair, you'll be sure to find a deal to fit your car's needs. Call today to schedule your appointment, 209-495-0525, or go online at modestocardetailing.com. Treat yourself to that new car feeling today.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're sitting down with the tax guruette, Cathi Korelin. I love saying that. So, Cathi, we went over a lot of information. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the people that they need to know about?
Well, this is actually coming up on renewal time for your insurance. So if you're already on Covered California, it's time to either renew or to look for another option. Open enrollment starts October 15. It goes for a month. So it's time to get that done now.
Okay, so it's time to get that done now. Now, do you have any information for them if they request it?
Absolutely. I actually have a book. If you send me an email, it's on the different affordable healthcare options that are out there, and I can email you a copy of the book.
Okay, and how do people get a hold of you?
So you can email me at insurancewiz@comcast.net, or you can phone me at 209-505-7568, and I'm located at 2020 Coffee Road, Suite G1.
Okay, and then if people have any questions, you can kind of go over their different options, because I'm sure people have like hundreds of questions about this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you're there. Your office hours are 8 to 5, I take it?
About 9 to 5.
9 to 5, okay.
Yeah. Available by appointment also.
Okay, appointment's probably the best way to get a hold of you then.
Appointments do work the best. You can actually call me for an appointment, or if you go onto my website or my Facebook page, then you can actually make an appointment right from there also.
Okay, all right. And then so do you have a business Facebook page?
I do. It is just under my name, Cathi Korelin.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay. All right. So Cathi, the one other thing I want to say about Cathi is Cathi is going to be coming back in January to talk about taxes, and why she's going to be the right fit for you. Taxi is a whiz with numbers. She loves the puzzle. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching the Small Business Voice. If you're a small business owner that wants to have their voice heard, please contact me at smallbusinessvoice.biz, or you can email me at newsmallbusinessvoice@gmail.com. Again, Kathy, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching the Small Business Voice. Join the crusade. Buy local. We'll see you next time.